Hello everyone, I'm Carla from Art with Katie. Welcome back to my channel. September is almost here, which means that we have to plan a new month in our bullet journals. And there's just so many options for September. There's autumn, fall, leaves, harvest, and of course back to school. But in Mexico, we have Independence Day. So what better way to celebrate the Mexican independence than presenting to you the wonderful and beautiful art of Frida Kahlo. Here on my channel, I share with you everything that I know about journaling, productivity, organization, stationery, and of course, art history. There is a series dedicated to guide you to creating your monthly plan, which is exactly what we're gonna do today. So there you'll find a lot of different videos and topics that you can use in your planning. If you ever get inspired enough from one of my videos and you want to recreate them, make sure that you tag me on your pictures in Instagram, Facebook, or whatever other social media. I really want to see your beautiful designs. Last year, I recreated Amanda Rachel Lee's 1950s retro diner. It was such a beautiful and colorful theme, and I know that you're gonna love that video, so I'll link it right here. This year, I wanted to tell you why Frida Kahlo is a role model for artists, people with disabilities, and women. You probably know Magdalena Carmen Frida Kahlo Calderón was a Mexican painter that was very recognized because of her portraits, self-portrait, and works inspired by nature and artifacts. Frida used a very distinctive folk art style to explore questions of identity, post-colonialism, gender, class, and race in Mexican society. Most of her paint has strong autobiographical elements and mixed realism and fantasy. She's also been described as a surrealist or magic realist. To get into the character for this video, I follow a beautiful makeup tutorial by one of the most amazing artists in the world, makeup artist that is Catherine Starr. If you haven't seen his videos, you're missing a lot. So he created this last minute look for Halloween that is perfection. And even though it's not Halloween, well, it suited my video perfectly. Now that you know everything there is to know in this channel, let's get started. Get something to eat, something to drink, your notebook materials, and let's do this thing. I'll see you at the end.
Frida Kahlo was a world-renowned self-portrait painter with multiple disabilities, including polio and spinal and pelvis damage. Born to a German father and a mestiza mother in 1907, she spent most of her life in La Casa Azul in Coyoacán, now known as the Frida Kahlo Museum. She had great interest in politics, which led her to meet Diego Rivera, whom she married. She lived and traveled in Mexico and the United States while she developed her unique artistic style. Her paintings raised interest, and she was able to have her first exhibition in New York and later on in Paris. Frida was actually the first Mexican artist to be featured in the Louvre. Her work as an artist was not very well known until the 1970s, several years after her death, when Frida was rediscovered by art historians and political activists. Later on, she was an easily recognized figure in art history and also identified as an icon for Chicanos, the feminist movement, and the LGBTQ+ movement. She has been celebrated internationally as emblematic of Mexican national and indigenous traditions, as well as by feminists. Through my monthly plan, I'll be using some of her most iconic art as inspiration to add elements to my spreads. I want to tell you that I found a great article that I'll link in the comments, which was the one that pointed out to me the art I selected as inspiration. It's called The History Behind 10 Frida Kahlo's Paintings in Matador Network. Frida stated that her paintings didn't reflect dreams or surreal images, even if they looked the part. She said, "I paint myself because I am so often alone, and because I am the subject I know best." Frida's life was full of pain and challenges. In this painting, Frida drew herself naked from the waist up, wearing a steel corset that was made to hold her body. Behind the strap, there's a big opening that let us see her broken column. There's nails all around her body, one especially big on top of her heart to let us know of her suffering. It wasn't only physical. You can see her sadness through the tears she painted on her face. In this painting, Frida captured one of the most traumatic moments of her life, when she suffered a miscarriage while living in Detroit. Sadly, this wasn't the only time she had complications during pregnancy, and had several abortions through her life. In Henry Ford Hospital, we can see her on a hospital bed, covered in blood and with a big tear in her eye. From her swollen stomach comes out symbols of her motherhood failure. We can see Dieguito, how she called her baby, a pulper orchid that resembles an uterus, a snail that symbolizes the lentitude of her abortion, a woman's torso as she perceived her own, a machine that reflects the cold instruments used on her, and finally, a pelvis. Frida painted this piece during her marriage crisis. The most important elements is the thorn necklace, a sign of the pain that causes her broken relationship with Diego Rivera, a reference to the thorn crown that Jesus was crucified with, very significant to Christian traditions. From it we can see a black dead hummingbird. Frida compared the shape of her eyebrows to it, and it symbolizes the end of her marriage. There's also the monkey that Diego gave her as a gift, indifferent as her husband. A black cat, a symbol of bad luck. And we can see her wearing a Tehuano attire and her hair in Mexican traditional style. Here Frida showed the emotions she felt after her divorce. You can see twin images of her, but each one represents different aspects. The first is a European Frida, the new independent artist who is recognized around the world, but that was also abandoned by her husband. The second, the Mexican Frida, the one Diego fell in love with. Their hearts are exposed. European Frida has scissors that cut her heart's vein, letting her blood spread on her white dress to reflect her pain. They're holding hands as a sign of acceptance. She's the one that understands herself, that loves herself, and who will help herself to carry on. Many elements are important parts of Frida's painting. Day and night, sun and moon, life and death, Mother Nature. I did my best to include as many as possible to represent the paintings I was referring to without actually making a reproduction. Frida's life wasn't easy, which is why her art reflects it with rawness, love, and even a sense of humor. Hopefully now you know a little bit more about Frida Kahlo and why she's such an important symbol of Mexico and independence.
Thank you for joining me for one more Plan With Me video. Please let me know what you think of my video in the comments below. I hope you really enjoyed this video and please give me a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. This helps me reach even more wonderful people such as you. So thank you very much for your support. Week by week, I do my best to share with you content about my favorite supplies, bullet journaling, art history, and whatever I can think of. So please leave me a comment letting me know what content you'd like to see here in our game. Before you go, let's do a last flip through of this month's planned video. Here it is, guys, the final version of my September 2021 bullet journal setup. I can only tell you how proud I am of the spreads I'm sharing with you. And most importantly, I wanted to let you know how Frida Kahlo is a Mexican icon for many different big reasons. Her life was short and complicated, but her work remains here to remind us that no matter the challenges that life throws at us, we can be true to ourselves, stand tall, and leave a legacy. Let me know in the comments below what you think of my spreads. If you'd like to know more about wonderful painters and artists around the world, I have the perfect video for you. Salvador Dali inspired one of my paintings last February, and you have to see the video. I just admire him so much. He was just crazy creative and did so many wonderful works. You need to check that out. Alright everyone, so this is it for this month's The Story Behind Frida Kahlo's art video. Thank you for joining me today. Have a great day, an amazing week, a wonderful month. And I'll see you real soon. Keep creative, keep safe, and always be kind. Bye.
Please like and share my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time!